Hello, this is Erin Swenlin with your Daily Five, or I should say my Daily Five. Let's take a look at what is important to me going into this week. And of course, the SPY chart is going to be number one for me. I have the 5-month daily here for you, a candlestick chart. And there are a few things going on this chart that I like and a couple things that I don't like. So we'll start off with one of the things that I don't like. And it's kind of a dual two-edged sword, double-edged sword, in that the VIX is getting lower. It is staying above its average. You can see that here in that thumbnail. So that's a positive. But it is now really hugging and up against that upper Bollinger Band. And remember, I do invert my VIX so that I have overbought on the top and oversold on the bottom. And so we're looking at overbought readings here on the VIX, but I'm not overly worried about it because we are staying above the average. That gives us a nice bullish bias for the market. And even if we do get up and puncture that upper Bollinger Band, I'll be concerned, but not quite as concerned, because as you can see back here, we had a bullish bias going on, and even though we topped right here at the top of those Bollinger Bands, price really did not deteriorate that much at all. So at this point, the Bollinger Bands have squeezed up very tightly, so it's highly likely that we will get some punctures to those bands to the upside. But at this point, I like the fact that we do have a PMO buy signal that came in last week, and you've got OBV bottoms rising with price right now. So I think that's all positive. What I don't like is the fact that we do have this overhead resistance. Really, I've drawn it up here to the top, but I'm really mainly looking at this gap right here. And you can tell price and the bulls have just been unable to get that breakout. In the meantime, though, it is forming a positive, bullish ascending triangle. So you have this rising bottoms line on the bottom, and you have the straight line on the top there, that horizontal. And so the expectation of these patterns, it's a bullish pattern, is an upside breakout. And we haven't quite had that yet, but we do have a lot of bullishness going on, a bullish bias on these charts. So despite, I know what Carl and I have talked about on our Decision Point show, fundamentals, just knowing what's going on with earnings, we're very suspect of all of this. But you know what? At this point in time, it's really the best time to start really relying on the technicals on a chart and not really cloud yourself with some of the fundamentals and the rumors and all of the rest that's going on out there. I think at this point, it's better to become a technical analysis purist, if you will. So we've looked at this chart. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our Swenlin Trading Oscillators. These have been very helpful. I've written about them over and over in the free area on StockCharts.com, and I study these, of course, every day in our Decision Point Alert. And at this point, what we're looking at is a nice bullish bias going on. That means we have a lot of green. The Swenlin Trading Oscillators have stayed in positive territory, so that gives us that nice market bullish bias, which is why I think we haven't seen price breakdown like we should have with this negative divergence. Typically, you get these negative divergences and you're going to see a pullback of some sort. And we really didn't get that. We've had more choppy, sort of flat price action here with no real breakout, but no real breakdown. So I think that that's positive. The one negative I would say is that the STOV, the volume indicator of our Swenlin Trading Oscillators, has poked itself down here just a little bit. It's moved back. But overall, again, bullish bias. We are seeing these rising at this point, getting somewhat overbought. Not going to lie, that could be a problem. But at this point, with that nice market bullish bias, the PMO on a buy signal, I'm feeling fairly good about a breakout to the upside rather than a move to the downside. But I reserve my right to change my mind after I see those same indicators today after the close. The next area I've been watching very, very closely would be the gold miners. And obviously, it's been an interesting area of the market, gold, and it's something we do cover every day in the Decision Point Alert. I cover this chart every day in the Decision Point Alert as well. So you'll want to take a look at that newsletter. Anyway, as you can see, we're getting a nice breakout. I was already looking at Thursday and Friday's action as very positive. We've held on to a rising bottoms trend line here for the gold miners. The pullback was constructive, and now we're getting the breakout to the upside. And look at what's going on here. So I know first glance, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, all of those indicators are so overbought. Yes, they are overbought, but we have, just like with the market, quite a bullish bias going on here. And, overbought conditions can persist when you're looking at that sort of a situation where you've got a lot of bullishness going on. You're going to see the RSI able to stay near the top of its range, and you'll find a lot of these indicators can stay at the top of their range for quite some time. And I think that's where we're at right now. And one of the great things when you look at this chart, we have our new silver cross and golden cross indexes. This tells you how many of the components of GDX have a 20 above their 50-day EMA, a silver cross, if you will. 100%. How many are on the golden cross? 93%. A golden cross, of course, meaning the 50 above the 200-day EMA. You also have 100% of the stocks with their price above their 20-day EMA and their 50-day EMA. Again, very overbought readings, but also tells you the strength of each of those components within that group, the gold miners. So I would say that at this point, yes, these are overbought numbers, but I think that they will support higher prices, and you have what could be a flag that we did form back here. And those are bullish patterns, and the expectation, if you get a breakout, would be a move that is the height of the flagpole. So that could be a really nice gain. If you're in gold miners, I think that's great. I don't particularly think it's too late to get into a gold miner. I know Newmont Mining is one that I'm holding that I like. I talked about Wheaton Precious Metals, WPM, in my Chart Watchers article this last weekend, so you can take a look at those charts. All right, but here's a sector. I wrote about materials last weekend, but I also like the healthcare sector, and it's starting to show a breakout here above all-time highs. Really nice configuration on this chart. Yes, again, our RSI is a little on the overbought side. And, the BPI is certainly in overbought territory, as well as the stocks above their 20 and 50-day EMAs. But look at these numbers. Again, these numbers are the numbers that will support a continuation of a rally. So they are somewhat overbought here. Well, overbought if you look at the fact we're in the 90s here. But that tells you that price action is strong, and we should be able to see more upside. You can see that the OBV has broken out with price breaking out. All of these are positive. So I'm liking the healthcare sector better now. It has been really choppy, but I think it's time for it to make its move to the upside. And of course, since I am showing you the healthcare sector, I should certainly finish off with a decision point diamond. This one I just found this morning, so we'll have to see how it holds up and if it ends up being a diamond in today's report. I suspect it will, because I really like the way this chart is shaping up. This is a healthcare in the medical equipment industry group, and a lot of things are going nicely here. Notice, remember, with healthcare, we were seeing a lot of sideways action. So we're getting the same kind of price action out of Electromed, but it is in a rising trend channel, and it's getting ready to test the top of it. The last time it came down, it hit the 20 and turned up. The time before that, it hit the 50 and turned up. And the time before that, it hit the bottom of this channel. So the fact that we're getting these rising bottoms all the way up here to the top suggests to me that we might see a breakout on Electromed. Not only that, we have a PMO buy signal that is triggering right now as we speak, just about. We have let's see, we have 1/100th of a point to go, and we should see that buy signal on the PMO. We're not getting much action here out of the OBV, but we have been mostly consolidating and moving choppily sideways, if that would be considered a word. And so I do still like this chart. With the RSI is now in that positive territory, and honestly, it has stayed in that positive territory during this consolidation rising trend, whichever you'd like to look at it. I would set, and whenever I do my diamonds, I always try and show a stop level. 7.3% would be my stop level. And to the upside, our upside target is a 22% gain here on Electromed. So I think this one looks good. A diamond in the rough. We will see if we polish it off and it'll sparkle. Would welcome you to try out decisionpoint.com. You can check that DP alert out that I was talking about with the Swenlin Trading Oscillators, and you can try out the Decision Point Diamonds. Just go to our website, subscribe to the bundle, and then use the code DP Trial and you'll get a free week. So give us a try. Hope you enjoyed your Daily 5, and that was my Daily 5. Happy trading.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.